it's Josh. Today we are going to learn about the F chord. One easy way to do the F chord, as opposed to doing the full bar chord. We'll get into that. The bar chord is much more difficult, but the F chord, we'll do it easily. And we'll do a really simple F chord, and then we're going to learn to play Amazing Grace. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so first the F chord. The F chord that we're going to play is actually F major 7, but for now we'll just call it the F chord. What we're going to do is make our C chord, so let's make our C shape. And make sure when we're playing our C that we're not hitting this bottom 6th string. That actually changes, we have a different chord. So maybe you've been playing that with your C chord, and it's okay if you're doing that, but I want us to start aiming for just the bottom 5 strings. Make sure you test each string so it rings out nice. Make sure it sounds like that. If it doesn't sound like that, test each string, adjust your fingers, do what you got to do to make it sound nice and pretty and ring out. So, Amazing Grace, or F chord. So, here's our C. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 finger, or our middle finger, and our ring finger, or our 3 finger, and we're going to move them, keep them both in the same position they are, but move them down 1 string. So, we're going to move the 2 finger from the 4th string to the 3 string, but still 2nd fret, and we're going to move the 3 finger from the 5th string to the 4th string, still 3rd fret. Okay? So our pointer finger stays exactly where it is for our C, with our C chord to our F chord, but our 2 and our 3 finger just move down 1 string. Okay? So our 2 finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and our 3 finger is on the 4th string, 3rd fret. And we're only going to play the bottom 4 chords, 4 strings for now. It's actually F major 7, we're just calling it F. Okay? So give it a strum. It should sound like that. If it doesn't sound like that, maybe you might need to adjust, getting some of that, or maybe you're hitting. Maybe you need to adjust your finger, move around, make sure all of the strings ring out. Okay? Let's go back to our C. We're going to just leave our pointer finger where it is and move our 2 finger and our 3 finger back to our 4th and our 5th string. And we're going to strum the bottom 5 strings. Now let's go back to our F chord. We move our 2 finger to the 3rd string and our 3 finger to the 4th string. And then back to the C chord. And give it a strum. And then back to our F chord. Give it a strum. Back to our C chord. Back to our F chord. Very good. Back to our C chord. That's a good way, a good practice to start getting more familiar with that F chord, just going back and forth between the C and the F. Back and forth between the C and the F. And if your hand gets really tired, shake it out. Give it a little press. Shake it out. And if your fingers are hurting, maybe give it a 30-second rest. But you got to get back on it because we have to build up those calluses to get our fingers stronger and stronger. Okay? So give me a C chord. And over to our F. Bottom 4 strings. Alright, so now let's learn Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace is only using 3 chords. C, the F, well I guess you could say 4, but it uses the C again, then C, and then G. Really easy. So we got our C, and then our F, and then our C, and then our G. So we'll start really, really slow, and we're going to use 2 strums for the first time around, C, F, C, G, and then we're going to do 2 strums on C, and then 1 strum for F, 1 strum for C, 1 strum for G. Okay? So let's play through it. grace. Oh, amazing grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Very good. Alright, we'll go back through that. I know I made it a little bit confusing, so we'll talk back through that. So we're going to use just our down strums for our Amazing Grace. So we'll go Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Very good. So if you'd like, rewind that, and you can keep practicing and going through those different chords and keep switching and learning. And that'll be our first song that we learn how to play. Alright, go practice, keep it up. Good job.